Listen, you are nothing without a plan. Without a plan, your dreams are going to continue to stay dreams. How do you build a plan to make your dreams a reality? Well, you have to task. If your dreams can't be broken down into tasks, then you're just going to continue to fail and continue to just see your dreams as dreams. They're never really going to turn into anything. They're never going to materialize. So with that being said, in today's video, I'm going to show you 5 tips on how to task. Hey, and I got a bonus tip for you at the end, so you're going to want to make sure you watch the entire video. We all struggle with getting things done. Life gets in the way, you have conflicting priorities, and things just tend to not work out sometimes. We've all been there, and it's no fun at all. But sometimes we don't even make it that far. We feel this sense of dread where it's like, man, I have all these things I want to do, but I don't even know where to start. I've been there more times than I would like to admit. However, once I started tasking without any effort whatsoever, I had more clarity. I had a better vision in terms of what I needed to get done in order to turn my dreams into an actual reality. So that's exactly why I set up this video. I wanted to share with you guys a few things that I do that I personally think brings me a lot of success in my life when it comes around the subject of tasking. Hey, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you smash the like button. Do whatever you want to with it, and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon below so you don't miss out on any new content. I try to put out about 1 video a week, so you're not going to want to miss it. All right, so step 1, set yourself up for success. According to a study by I Done This, 41% of to-do items are never completed. Let that sink in. About half of the tasks that we'll ever make for ourselves end up never getting done. To me, that's absolutely staggering. So why are we not getting these things done? I think one of the problems is simply tasking too much. We put down like 100 things on our to-do list for one day. I mean, that's insane. You may do something like 20 tasks, maybe even 10 tasks, but I still personally think that's a lot. When you put all those things down on your to-do list, it might look super inspiring that you have so much to do, and it might be that kind of negative inspiration that you may need to get started, but in reality, I don't see it that way. I actually think you're crowding up your to-do list so much that you really can't even start. You really don't have clarity at that moment. If you're really trying to achieve 1, 2, maybe even 3 things for that day, then why do you have so many things on your to-do list? Just strike them off. One of the people I like to follow by example is Jeff Bezos. He really only commits to doing 3 things a day. Just 3 things. And according to a recent study, he might actually be the world's first trillionaire by 2026. If he's the world's first trillionaire and he's only doing 3 things a day, I think he has something going for him. Now, personally, I don't let myself get above 5 tasks a day because for me, that's just too overwhelming. If I can't reduce my task into 5 big things that I want to get done for that day, then I've already failed. If I manage my time wisely, I usually don't have any problem tackling those 5 different things each day. Now, it did take me some time to understand what my limits were and what I could and could not get done on any given day. But now that I have that down, it's so much easier to task and I can push myself in a healthy manner that I know everything's going to get done in the end. I personally think that the objective of tasking is to kind of keep yourself in a healthy state of tension. You want to put some healthy pressure on yourself to really kind of stretch you out, stretch you a little thin, but not too thin. That way that you can keep growing and keep attacking your goals. If you only set 1 thing to get done for the day, you might get it done in like the first hour. Then what are you going to do the rest of the day? All right, so tip number 2, task your day out the night before or even that morning. If you can take some time at the end of the day or perhaps at the start of your day, whatever time's really the most quiet where you can just focus 100% on what you need to get done, this is the time I would recommend. Take some time to reflect on what you got accomplished that day or the day before. Understand what you were able to accomplish, what you weren't able to accomplish, and take those things into consideration for how you're going to task the next day or that actual day. During this time of reflection, try to picture yourself on where you want to be at the end of that next day. When you get an idea of that, make sure you task accordingly to reflect what you want to get out of that day. Listen, I guarantee if you take this approach, you're going to get an immense amount of satisfaction out of it. Trust me, there's nothing like coming to the end of the day, or for me, the start of the day, and reflecting on what you were able to accomplish the previous day, and just knowing and kind of putting a seal on that day and saying, yes, this day is gone. I got everything I wanted to do done, and I'm super proud of it. That really gives me the momentum I need to push forward into the next day. Sometimes days are much harder than others, and you're gonna need that momentum sometimes to just keep pushing and keep grinding through whatever you're trying to do. All right, so tip 3, put your task on paper. No, not a word processor, not some app, not any digital thing, an actual piece of paper that you can write on. Grab yourself a physical notepad, journal, etc., the writing utensil of your choice, and a highlighter. The reason I don't advocate for a word processor or an app or anything like that is just because you can close it out and act like it doesn't exist. It's gonna be a temptation for you sometimes, and I don't recommend that. For me, I'd much rather have a piece of paper or anything that's directly in front of me or just directly sitting on my desk, somewhere where I go each and every day, and it's staring me right in the face. All right, so write down all the tasks that you need to accomplish for that day. After you get them done, use that highlighter and strike it through. You're gonna get an immense amount of satisfaction for writing that thing off. It's gonna feel like you truly accomplished it. With your task being on physical paper within arm's reach, it's always gonna be there. It's always gonna be staring you in the face. It's a healthy reminder to you on that given day, hey, this is what I committed to get done for this particular day. And another reason I like writing directly on paper is that if you get distracted or something or get off track, you can just quickly look back at that list and say, oh yeah, this is what I'm trying to get done today. So therefore you can prioritize all your activities around that. All right, so tip number 4, be flexible. I personally don't see tasks as some rigid, strict regimen that you have to follow for that day. To me, it's more of a guideline. Now listen, before you guys destroy me in the comments section, just hear me out. If you run into a big roadblock where you just can't get that task done for the day, don't sweat it. This is a great opportunity for you to pivot and start attacking other tasks. If needed, you can take a small amount of reflection for that day to just quickly realign and pivot to where you need to go. You could also take time during that reflection to just address that roadblock you ran into, to really get to the bottom of it. You might just find that that roadblock actually led you to the discovery that that task really wasn't needed in the first place. Or if it's still needed, now you have a subset of tasks that you can make to get around that roadblock. Just make sure you stay calm and just keep churning away. You really have to be like a machine when you're going throughout a task-like process. Do not dwell on any blocker that may come up. Just pivot and adjust whatever you need to do and just keep going. As I said earlier, when you take that time of reflection, that's what these things are for. Reflect on, hey, why did I run into this roadblock? Why does it exist? How can I really overcome this? Or do I even really need to keep pursuing this task? Things like that. I used to get so caught up on this topic, I can't tell you how many times this just completely offset and ruined my day. So I can tell you from experience that being flexible is just so much better for you on a day-to-day basis when you're trying to task things out. If I run into a blocker like that, I just kind of make a mental note and just keep going. There's no reason to stop. There's no reason to get mad. There's no reason to get frustrated. Just kind of be like robotic, just keep going. If you take this approach, I'm confident you'll be delighted in how easy it makes your day. Trust me, you're still gonna get a lot accomplished. Don't let one thing ruin your entire day. It's gonna be a waste of your time. All right, so tip 5, calendarize your task. Get yourself a big calendar, like a monster one that takes up an absolutely ridiculous amount of room. In fact, go to the link in this description to pick yourself up one of these calendars. Here's why this is incredibly powerful. You can write down your task on that actual day on the calendar, and you can also project and look forward and see what your week's gonna look like. If you're super organized, you could even see what the entire month looks like. Now, the reason I like these huge calendars is because they usually have like a notes section, and you can continue to organize and task down there as well. The way that I use that notes section is that I set up my goals for the entire month. What do I want to get accomplished this month? I put those big goals in the notes section, so it's always a constant reminder for me throughout that given month, hey, this is what you're trying to get done. Also, another reason why I like these is at the end of the month, you can reflect on this. You can reflect on this calendar and just see how much you got accomplished. Trust me, it's a huge momentum booster, and it's gonna make you super confident going into the next month. You're just gonna be dying to get to the next month and accomplish even more. Seriously, don't underplay the immense value this offers. Now listen, real quickly, I'm gonna actually show you my calendar, what I use day in and day out. I'm actually gonna show you what I did for the month of February. Let's go. All right, guys, so this is my calendar for the month of February. You can see I got things written down. I strike off the days, I highlight things, and I also use that notes section at the bottom like I was talking about. All right, now that we're done with our mini field trip, it's time for the bonus tip, the thing that I told you to wait until the end of the video to find out. All right, so here's the bonus tip. Make a done list. Take all the tasks that you completed on any given day and make a done list. Make a list of nothing but the things that you've gotten accomplished for that month or that day or that week or whatever it might be. Listen, this list is purely a motivational tool. It's going to help those reflection times that you have throughout the day, the week, the month, whatever it might be. And it's really going to help you in times where you need to look at, hey, what have I accomplished so far? I need a little boost. Maybe you're down, maybe you're just kind of depressed at your progress, or maybe you just don't know where to go next. It's a really good motivational tool to really uplift you and to really just help you keep yourself up. You're going to physically see how much you were able to get accomplished in the past and just how awesome you are. Naturally, this is going to give you a boost, maybe when you need it most. Use this tool for your absolute advantage. You owe it to you and to your future self. Maybe, just maybe, put these things on like a spreadsheet or something like that. Start tracking how many things you're getting done per day, per week, per month, maybe even per year, just to show yourself how much of a boss you actually are. All right, guys, thanks for sticking around. As always, make sure you hit that like button, do whatever you want to with it, and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon below so you don't miss out on any new content. I currently put out about 1 video a week, so you're not gonna wanna miss it. Hey, and comment below on how you're gonna task in the future. I'm super excited to hear what you guys have to say. Hey, and listen up, I'm gonna pin the comment that I think is the most useful and the most helpful to us all to really help us on our journey towards being more successful in our lives. I truly appreciate you guys sticking around. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week, and get to it. Start tasking. Make things just amazing for yourself. Make your life more clear. Get to it. Get to work. See ya.